Hey there, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Karen Yankovich, and I am excited to be here. It's been a couple days since I've done one of these Link Up Your Marketing videos, and I wanted to, I have a program called She's Linked Up where we work with people consistently on their LinkedIn strategy, right? Helping them get the big opportunities and land the big contracts. And I kind of went all Jersey on them the other day because you guys hear me say this a lot. You got to water your money tree. You got to continue to do this. You got to continue to do this because that's what you do, right? Like I get up every morning and I have a little bit of a routine. And my routine consists of some mindfulness and some gratitude journaling and some stuff, walking the dog and, making tea and refilling the Brita pitcher and all things that I choose to do in the morning. And I mean, a day doesn't go by where I don't do it, right? But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that a day doesn't go by that I water my money tree every day, right? That I don't water my money tree. Like I do. I was thinking yesterday, like, what the hell? Like, why is it like I never miss doing laundry? I never miss doing the things I need to do, but sometimes I miss doing the things that bring the most money into my business, right? So that's what I've been doing. That's what we've been talking about in our private programs this week. And I really wanted to come here to you with that as well. And I want to kind of give you some ideas of what that looks like. All right. So you hear me say it. Now I'm going to show you kind of like what it looks like. So there's a few different ways that you can water your money tree, right? There's initiating conversations. Well, I guess I'm going to go with three. There's initiating connection requests, initiating conversations with people you're already connected to, and posting on LinkedIn, right? And being consistent on being consistently in that wall. So I want to take you over to LinkedIn quickly and show you what I'm talking about. So let's start with number one, the connecting piece, right? So I don't know what you're doing, with your days or whatever, but for me, often for me, I'm connecting with people that I met on Clubhouse. I'm connecting with people that maybe are speaking at the same event that I'm speaking at, right? It's not me. I'm not randomly picking people and saying, what am I doing? How do I know you? Let's connect, right? I'm being intentional, right? I'm being intentional about that. So you guys, by the way, should all be following Tracy. She's doing some really cool things with travel now that the world is opening up. But let's just see what we've got here. So you can literally kind of go, so there's a couple ways to do this. We're looking, first of all, at connecting with people. So I am a big fan of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So I'm going to take you into Sales Navigator. We're going to go to all filters. If I'm not connected with them now, I'm going to go with second degree connections. I could just go on and on. Let's just say that I'm interested in people that have a podcast. I'm just going to make this up, right? So we're going to go with podcast. And now it brings my results down, hopefully. And now I'm going to say, let's go within the New York City metro area. It brings it down even further. It's still pretty high, right? But here's what's cool. I'm going to search now. And this is why I love Sales Navigator, by the way, because it saves me time, right? I'm going to search, and 16 of these people were in the news. Now, I don't know why I picked podcasters, but I just did, right? But now I can click this 16. And not only does it tell me in the news, it tells me where the article is, right? So I can click on this article and it gives me an opportunity to say, hey, obviously if I read this and I feel like there's a reason I want to connect with Erica or Anu or Ted or whoever, right? And remember, they're second degree connections, so I'm not connected to them now. I can, my warm outreach could say, I just read your article, right? I read the article that you were mentioned in, so Female Founders Fund, mentioned by businessoffashion.com. I can click this article. I look for where she's mentioned in it, and it gives me a warm way to reach out to her, right? It's just one of a million different ways to do this. You can also use Sales Navigator to do the second way thing I say to water your money tree, and that is, let's go back to all filters, and let's clear this all out. And hold on. Okay, so now it's just back to here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, show me LinkedIn, show me all of my first degree connections. So I'm going to click search. Okay. Because I bet there's a bunch of people you're already connected to that are doing some really cool things. And then if you can get on the phone with them, could help you grow your business for whatever reason. So now here's a list of 7 people that were mentioned in the news recently. And it doesn't always share the article. Interesting. Oh, wait, first I got to click this. It doesn't always share the article, but like Kathy Hackle, Kathy's run conferences that I've been a speaker at. I haven't talked to Kathy in ages. Kathy, if you're watching, we should catch up, right? But do you see how I just did that, right? I could also reach out to Kathy. Now, this article looks like maybe it's not. Okay, so I can see, did she write this article? No. So I would kind of go through here and find out what the heck they're talking about with Kathy Hackle and read the article and say, hey, Kathy, you know what I mean? I just saw you were featured in this. Now, obviously, like this is more interesting, like bizjournals.com. This is, you know, like, so there's just, do you see where I'm going with this though? It gives me an opportunity to reach out to people. Consistency is key. You guys on Facebook know that if I don't know, if you don't, you need to tell me who you are so I know who I'm talking to. But yes, consistency is key, doing this consistently. And by the way, this is the good stuff. This is the fun stuff, right? This is the fun stuff. This isn't the, you know, this isn't the stuff that is, I mean, this is the hanging out with people, the talking to people, right? The stuff we're missing so much of, right, in this past year. It's really just warm, authentic connecting, okay? But you've got to do this consistently because when you do it consistently, you just don't know what's going to come of these conversations. And that is the key to this, by the way. You're not carefully crafting crazy messages. You're just reaching out and saying, hey, Kathy, God, I can't believe how long it's been since I think it was Periscope Summit. Periscope's not even a thing anymore, right? Like, did you mourn it? Like, I could reach out to her and just say that, right? Now, I don't know what she's doing, but you know, if maybe, and I also have done a talk, by the way, to Kathy's. She's done some work for colleges, and she's brought me in to teach some LinkedIn training to some of those opportunities. You never know where these opportunities are. And by the way, like maybe there's an opportunity for me to reach out to her, right? Like, so, or me to be able to support her in some way. So Teresa's here on LinkedIn. She said she learned about me through Brenda Muller, met Brenda Muller, which is awesome. Brenda and I had a conversation last week. You guys should find it. It was fun. But do you see what I'm saying? So consistently, watering your money tree means consistently. So what I would love for you to do today, I want you to consistently connect, right, with new people. But what I want you to do today to water your money tree is to go into your existing LinkedIn network and just poke through the names and see who looks like they're doing something cool. Maybe it's somebody that you met at a conference and you haven't talked to them in 2 years and they've changed jobs or they've changed roles, right? Again, you never know because the conversation is going to be, you know, when you can get them on the phone, because the goal is to ultimately get on the phone with these people is, you know, like, let's just chat and see I'd love to hear what you're up to, right? Get a quick Zoom coffee date or something. And then the conversation will be like, you know, how can I support you? And then you can say, well, here's what I'm looking for. And whatever you're looking for, tell them what you're looking for, right? And they'll say, well, let me think. Maybe I know somebody, right? Or maybe there's this, or I can introduce you to this person. You want to do the same to that, right? So Anna says she met me through the Christian Podcaster Summit. That's exactly right. And and that's how we continue to build a relationship from there, right? So you want to continually, did you see what I'm saying? Right? This is not spam. This is not, crazy messaging people that you don't know. This is not something you need to spend 10 hours a week doing. This is literally looking to see in your network who's cool, who's doing some cool stuff, and reaching out to them. That's it. Simple and easy. And honestly, it is where the bigger money opportunities are. Right. But here's the thing. You need to know going in what those opportunities are. You need to know going in kind of like what your goal, like I know for me, you know, there's really only a couple of things that I, well, I mean, that's not really even true, right? There's a couple bunch of different things. Like I have really narrowed my business down. You can either work with me privately or you can join my program. Those are like the 2 different ways we work with people. But I also am a speaker. So if you've got an event, I'd love to hear about that. I also have a podcast, right? So, potentially I'm looking for guests for my podcast, sponsors for my podcast, but you need to kind of have some idea going in. You have to have clarity, right? If you don't have any clarity on what you're using LinkedIn to do, then this is not going to be as effective. So Paulie, I got to pull this up so I can read it. Great advice. We always focus on making new connections that we sometimes neglect fostering the relationships with our existing connections. And you know what, Paulie, you're absolutely right. Here's the deal. Isn't it, if somebody reached out to you on LinkedIn that you didn't know and said, hey, Polly, I think you should, I don't want to pick on finance people, but you guys are easy to pick on LinkedIn. I want to tell you about my 401k, right? Or I think you need my copywriting services, or buy my LinkedIn training, right? You're going to be like, I don't even know you. But if you reach out, if you intend, I don't want you to connect with everyone. If you go through your network and intentionally look to see who's doing some cool things, intentionally think about who do I want to get on the phone with, right? And then connect with, and then you've already connected to them. So now the message is, it can either be, we've been connected here and I have no idea why we're connected, but it looks like you're doing some cool things. I'd love to learn more about this, right? But you're already connected, right? So it's not like you're connecting and pitching. Or the message is, we met at a conference 3 years ago and we just haven't talked since. I'd love to hear what you're up to, or whatever, right? Whatever that is. But I'm telling you, there is gold in your network. So don't always be looking to bring out, you can go back into your existing network today, like maybe right here while you're listening to me, but don't leave me until I'm done here. But if you can multitask and have 2 windows open, then do that. And just find a few people to reach out to. Your goal is to literally get on the phone with them. And you might not say that in the first connection, unless it's somebody that you do remember, like you truly remember. Like, I still think about that burger we had when we were at that conference, right? Are you up for a 15-minute catch-up call? Because you know what? I'm doing some interesting things that I might be able to, that you might be interested in being a part of, or something, right? Whatever you want, but you don't want to pitch them. You want to genuinely, like, business owner to business owner, or business, person to person, human to human, reach out to them, right? So Elsa's saying, so helpful. I've done this, but need to really be consistent. I learned about you through Darcy. Yeah, her office ergonomics mentor coach. Yeah, Darcy's awesome. But see, Darcy, I'm trying to remember how Darcy and I met. We met through a Facebook group, but then we connected on LinkedIn. And then Darcy invited me to speak in front of her group. And that's how Elsa and I became connected, right? So do you see how that can be? Like, I love speaking in front of other people. If you belong to a group that you think would be interested in having a LinkedIn speaker, I'd love an introduction, right? So maybe that's where these calls go, right? You never know, because this is how it all starts to become profitable for you. And Renee, it absolutely is watering your money tree. And you know what happens if you don't water your plants, right? And water your trees? Like, I'm a little crazy with my plants. I don't have a lot of them because I do like to travel, and I don't want to have, I really like literally I can feel them crying for water when I'm not here, when I'm on the other side of the country or whatever. So I don't have a lot of plants. And of course I can hire people to come in and do those things, but I don't have a lot of plants, but I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Every Saturday my plants get watered. I check on them on a regular basis. I do not let them die, right? I do not let them die yet. And I bet some of you are the same. Maybe it's not about plants. Maybe it's about getting your laundry done. Maybe it's about, whatever it is, or watching something, right, that you want to watch on TV. You don't miss an episode. Why are we doing it for the stupid things in our life and not the money generating stuff, right? Be consistent and don't miss. I'm not saying don't miss a day, but don't let it dry out, right? Be consistent. Jasmine, I'm here for you, girl, when you're ready to do your LinkedIn. I'm here for you. It is that simple. All right. So I have a client I have to talk to in a little bit, so I got to run. But I want to comment below and let me know what happens. I want to hear from you when you reach out to people in your network, because I'm telling you, this is going to blow your mind, because it's that simple, and there's opportunity galore. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to poke a hole in your bubble here, but here's the thing. This works a whole lot better if you've taken the time to have a great LinkedIn profile, right? If you've taken the time to have a great LinkedIn profile, this works a lot better because people are ready to do that. So Anna is saying, excited to work with your team. Anna just invested in herself, and we're going to be writing a profile for her and doing some strategy with Anna. I mean, so Anna, when Anna does this work, she is going to look like a rock star. And that's what you want, right? You want to make sure when you're reaching out to people that you're putting your best foot first, right? You wouldn't go to a networking event looking all like crazy, right? You would get dressed, you wouldn't walk into a networking event like, looking like you haven't showered in 3 days, right? But you would absolutely do that on LinkedIn, right? You'd be connecting with people and trying to do this with a profile that isn't shining a light on your best self. So that's what I want. I want you to shine a light on your best self with your LinkedIn profile. So Jasmine, you're right. Listen, you guys, if you have not yet, hold on, let me see if I've got if you have not yet checked out our masterclass, go to waterthatmoneytree.com. And it's a place to start with all of this. It's a place to start with all of this because there's an energetic shift here that we need to make, right? We need to shift our LinkedIn strategy and our LinkedIn profile from resume to brand, right? From job hunting to opportunity seeking, right? And this waterthatmoneytree.com, this webinar, this masterclass, it's on demand. You can check it out anytime. We'll tell you about the shifts that I want you to make so that you can be successfully doing this work. Because here's the deal. I work with smart, successful women. We don't have time to be doing a lot of nonsense. I don't want you to be wasting a lot of time on this. I want you to get this right. I want you to do it in as little amount of time each week as you can, so that you can be doing the things you do all this for, right? To me, I mean, it's, I've got 4 kids and, 3 grandkids and 1 more on the way. And I like spending time with them, right? So I don't want to be doing this all the time. I want to be doing, this so that I can be supporting the people that I want to support. And you guys that I've worked with know that I love you all and I love connecting with you. But at the end of the day, I don't want you spending a lot of time on this. I want you to stop doing all the crazy busy work that you're doing and do this, because this is where the money is, right? Water that money tree. Lisa saying, we met on Clubhouse last week. Lisa, so cool, right? So, all right. So Lisa, I don't know if you watched the beginning of this, but I talked a little bit about watering your money tree. Today, we're talking about just going into your existing network and finding people. But Clubhouse is a great way to find some cool people to build your network. And that is also watering your money tree. I don't know what, Lisa and I met, and I would love to get to know her better. But I'm doing a lot of cool things. She's doing a lot of cool things. You just never know, right? You just never know where there's opportunities, right? So anyway, Jasmine, water your money tree. All right, guys, I am here for you. I'll be back later in the week, I think, with another one of these. And I want you to comment below and let me know how it went when you reached out to some people in your existing network. If you got on the phone with any of them. And of course, what I want to hear about is the opportunities that came as a result of that. All right. So keep me posted, and I'll see you guys again real soon.